Welcome, my friends. Here we go. This is week 8 of this current rest cycle. We are in the peak week of the build phase of the rest cycle of the rest year. So welcome, everybody, and let's tap in. Take it away, Coach TJ.
What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well, moving through this cycle smoothly. And honestly, if there's a little bit of bumps in the road, obviously just know that it's part of it. All right, you find your way to continue showing up, do the things you say you're going to do, take care of yourself, and we'll just keep the train rolling. Okay. So day 1, strength day 3-3-1. We're going to run it back. Coach Nate and I were talking about just how the snatches and cleaning the jerks from the blocks have been kind of helping you guys ingrain a lot of those like technical proficiency. So we're going to run it back with the medium blocks again, snatches from the medium blocks, and then overhead squats 3 times. So 3 sets of 3 plus 3. Again, you should be seeing some progression with those if you're focusing on that form. Keeping it at a 1, so that way it's like, super consistent and reliable. And yeah, just keep that rolling. Next, same thing, the clean from the medium blocks, and then the front squats, and then the jerks. Okay, so once again, same thing, keeping it to 1, making sure everything feels good, timing, technique is sound and smooth. And we got 3 sets of 2 plus 2 plus 2 once again at the 1. Okay, last but certainly not least, superset. Been really trying to hit the upper body with nice pump, build some hypertrophy a little bit for you all on this first day of the week, the last few weeks. So we are going back to that incline dumbbell chest press plus the single arm dumbbell row. So I'm on that slightly inclined position with the bench, 2 dumbbells, and pressing up with both thumbs at the same time. Then immediately, once I get done with those 6 reps, then you can put your hand on the bench or wherever is comfortable, but then you're gonna split those feet. All right, get that single dumbbell, and we got the 6 rows on each side, back and forth for 6 minutes, as many rounds as you can. So let's get it. Coach Nate, it's got day 2.
All right, now bringing it on to day 2 here. We got a specific day. It's the 2-2-1 average, so 2 out of 5 intensity, 2 out of 5 density, 1 out of 5 intensity. So we're switching it up a little bit on you this week, but still in the theme of the specificity. So we got clean plus a squat jerk, 2 sets, 2 plus 2. So clean, squat jerk, jerk. It's out of 1. And then we're gonna do a tempo back squat. And we're gonna do the 3-3-3 tempo. So the same tempo that we've been doing for the test. So we'll get a little bit of that specificity with even the tempo. Just 2 sets of 2. So each rep doing the 3 seconds down, 3-second pause at the bottom, and then nice control, 3 seconds on the way back up. And that's day 2, y'all.
Yep. And then also, just to touch on that one a little bit more, like he was saying, it's going to be very specific, transferable to the test that we've been working on. And if you guys can keep that tempo, obviously you're going to be able to back squat way more than what you're going to be doing on the test. But keeping those positions and really focusing on that strength in your legs, I feel like a lot of times, if I can keep my legs, keep that tension, which is the huge one. I think if the tension can stay tight on these, focus on that for this day. It's going to translate. I think when you go to the test this week, you'll definitely see some transferability for sure. Day 3, weakness day, 1-1-3. All right, we're going to run it back with those deadlifts again. I love deadlifts. I'm a little bit biased on this one, but hopefully you guys are seeing that form continue to build. And yeah, same thing, 30 seconds, many reps as possible, keeping it at a 3. So, low toes, we can definitely kind of push that one a little bit more, especially because it's the only thing you're doing for this day. So kind of warm up really nice, and then kind of just, let it rip, but just, be a little mindful, but maybe a little bit more than you did last week.
Yep.
Coach Nate, take the next 2 days.
Cool. Yeah, so day 4, pretty simple, technique day, just keeping the bar work. And even with the theme of bar work, because obviously as regards to the test, we've got these different elements going on with the mini mayhem, which is the running, the push-ups, the box jump overs, and then the med ball slams, and then the ping pong. So as well as bar work specifically with the Olympic lifts, you could also look at this as just overall, the theme of the day is technique, where maybe you do a little bit of extra work with the ping pong, or do a little bit of extra work from a technical standpoint from the running and then the push-ups and everything included in the Magic Mayhem. Okay, so yeah, that's technique day, and then day 5 going into the accessory day. It's 2-2-2. So we're gonna have 2 supersets essentially, or 1 superset and then a circuit. So first one, we've got the multi-directional lunge, 1 round. And so it's at a 2 intensity out of 5. So you could probably add a little bit of weight to this. And, you know, personally me, I'll probably end up doing a barbell, and you can just kind of take it out of a rack and go from there, or just pick it up and put it on your back. You can also use dumbbells too. You can be a little bit more creative with this one on how you want to load it, if you choose to load it at all. And then you're going to superset the multi-directional lunges with the keg carry. So we got some different size kegs, and if they're all still too big, you can also use like one of the heavier med balls, or even one of the lighter sandbags. Okay, and so that's 200 feet with that. And then you just do 4-minute AMRAP, just going back and forth between the lunges and the keg carry. And again, 200 feet is going to be the full length of the turf, down and back. And then after that superset, we're going to go to a circuit. So it's going to be a little bit more like corrective exercise / hypertrophy here. So you're going to do Swiss ball ABCs. So essentially that's like a Swiss ball plank where your forearms are on the ball, feet are on the ground, so you're going to be elevated, and then you're going to essentially draw the alphabet with your arms while you're holding that plank position. So it's 1 minute total work. We're going to do just 1 round of this whole circuit. So Swiss ball ABCs are first, and again, just go for a minute straight, just however far that you can get. Even if you get to a point where maybe you're kind of struggling a little bit, but you just got to hold it statically to finish out your minute, that's okay too. Or even if you need to like take a break in between, because even just holding it is tough, because it is. You can do that, or you can go on your knees. I mean, there's a few different ways to modify it if you need to. And then Swiss ball single leg glute bridge. So that's what it sounds like. You're going to be laying back on the Swiss ball now. And then 1 leg at a time, 30 seconds on one side, glute bridge. And a big key with the glute bridges like that is I like to imagine that my hips are essentially, they're on a vertical pole. So it's like I'm laying horizontally and my hips can only go up and down, because it's real common to start to get a lot of extra movement when you're doing glute bridges. But just imagine your hips are on a pole and you can only go up and down, and that tends to help out a little bit. So single leg, so 30 seconds each side. And then lastly, dumbbell lateral raises, full range of motion. Okay, so you'll go up, and then once you get to 90, you can flip the palms and finish. And the same thing, going back down, flip the palm, finish back down, and then you kind of just string that together. Okay, a minute straight. So pick a weight that's appropriate for that, for total minute of work. And there you go. There's your accessory day.
Last day of the week, everyone. You know what it is. Testing. So, when I get back, I've been sitting. Look, we're on the strike. I'll be there. Look, I'll be there tomorrow. All right, but I know y'all been blowing it up with the reps and I'm saying, hey, look, I'm coming. Don't worry, we're back in it now. I was sick 2 weeks ago, had some things going on, but we back in it. So we back in there. All right, 3x3 tempo, 50% body weight. You know what it is, like building so much strength and mobility in the position. So keep running it, guys. As many reps as we can. You know what to do. Next, we're taking the next step forward with the mini mayhem. We actually were talking as well too, and we tweaked a little bit of the reps because we decided that those box hop overs are going to be a little bit of like, it's going to take probably the longest amount of time to like hop on the box, hop down. So we adjusted those a little bit. We did take up, the laps. All right, so that's 11 laps now, down and back to turf equals 1. You got 11 of those this time instead of 8 from last week. Push-ups moved up to 35 reps. The goal was 50, but 35 is where we're at right now. Box overs, so you're going to stay at the 15. All right, that's not going to go up really as much anymore because we're focusing on form for this one. And again, it's going to take the longest time when to get you guys in a good rhythm with the form of that one. But those lateral med ball slams, yeah, those are going up. All right, so 15 per side on the box hop overs, like jumping over, landing, jumping back on it. Like that's, 2 is 1, or 15 per side, of course. Same thing with the lateral med ball slams, slamming all full range of motion, like Coach Nate said the last week. So make sure the arms coming all the way up. That equals 1. Over and back is 2. So 15 per side, or sorry, 20 per side, or 40 total for the med ball slams, and then another 11 laps on that turf, really building that capacity, with the conditioning overall, right? And then we finish it off, how we finish it off. Ping pong, 3 games, and I'm coming for y'all. I know y'all been doing the work. I see it, but we're back in the game. So getting ready for Ping Pong Palooza. All of this, obviously preparing us for the rest test here. Just a little over a month out, so we got a home stretch, last little push, and then we'll be good to go. And then obviously rest it up, and then we'll just keep the ball rolling. So there's the week. Coach Nate, you have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, so just a little note to reiterate, because we are in this phase of training that is, in a sense, polar opposite to where we were at the end of last year in the peak cycle. And we're in the midst of this rest cycle within the rest year, and I think sometimes because the way this program is it's very time is our friend. Things are very spaced out to give us a lot of room to be able to, even though we're doing a lot of things at once in the grand scheme of things, it gives us space to really hone in on specific aspects along the way. So overall, what we're doing right now, especially as it's related to the test, like, I know sometimes there may be a little bit of a disconnect of, how does playing ping pong make my snatch go up? And I think, just it's important to kind of reiterate the bigger picture of, right now we're in this theme of capacity. And when it comes to the life games, remember there's these 9 different attributes. Power is one of them, which is expressed through the Olympic lifting total. But there's also 8 other attributes. There's grace, there's service, there's novelty, there's communication, there's coordination, there's flexibility, there's attraction, there's endurance. So where we're at right now is in this capacity phase of essentially touching on all of the different attributes. And just to give you a little bit of a direction of where we're heading, by the end of this year, the goal is to have a baseline score for each one of the life attributes. So it's a little short notice, and I haven't really announced it, but it's cool. Like, next weekend, the plan is to do the endurance test, which will also be coupled with the Force for Nature retreat at the Indiana Dunes. Again, I know where we're at right now, it's not like this imperative thing, but we're starting to put all these pieces into place. So yeah, I just wanted to share that, like, we're building this capacity, and ping pong is, one, it's novel. It's like most of us haven't really done it before, but it's also coordination. And I'll be honest, like, it's practicing it, and even in a sense, like, the conditioning required along with the coordination element. One, it feels like a damn good warm up to get ready for the Olympic lifts, and then 2, it's nice. It provides a good contrast for the more because it's just fun, and I think just those elements in itself help to see it in the bigger context of, like, okay, this is how, in the grand scheme of things, the ping pong is going to make the snatch go up. Okay, so yeah, just want to share that.
I love it. In the theme of rest, with that, and I say even beyond it too, everyone, like, you gotta keep your palate open, right? Like, I would say, right, because at the end of the day, sure, maybe, I don't know how many of you are pursuing ping pong as a professional sport, but it's fun to just try new things. Like, you should be, that's one of the assignments that we've had. Like,
the mental test.
The mental test is to try new things. Like, I think it's good, even beyond it being like something that you're supposed to do, something that's going to be good for you, is to, like, just keep your doors open. We get very, like, narrow, and we've been guilty of it, ourselves, of, like, having very narrow-minded, like, very straightforward. And, like, there's nothing wrong with having a very clear direction, but I think keeping things open, keeping your heart open, keeping your minds open, like, you never know what beautiful things can come. And honestly, it's just having a little bit of fun. And ultimately, in the grand scheme of us getting stronger mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just like you're saying, like, just it may be like, don't worry about so much how everything directly correlates to everything else, but just more like it's rounding you out as a person. Like there's so many different pieces and facets to you. Like just have some fun with it. Like just really just bring your best to it and enjoy it, because it's just, you know, we're all having a good time. But hope this all helps you all navigate through your own life and whatever you may have going on. And I mean, we're rooting for you, praying for you, love you guys.
Praying for them. One thing we forgot, we got the rower warm up.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So one thing we might start experimenting with more and more is playing around with the structure of the warm up. I know that, you know, we have kind of a template of the warm up that kind of hits all the main bases, but there's a big opportunity there to incorporate some other minor details that essentially you can do every day because it's part of your warm up. So with that being said, the idea is to, for the warm up, and maybe we can just write this color. Whoa. So every day for the warm up. So warm up 5-minute row. And we'll just carry that all the way across. Okay? So that's going to be part of your warm up, and it'll be in there too. 5 minutes on the rower, okay? Because the side quest for the rest test is 90 seconds max distance row. So we want to make sure we're touching on that. But yeah, it's all here. And hopefully as you're engaging more and more with this, it's helping you to see kind of how the bigger picture of the program can be really incorporated and implemented in all the different facets of your life, because that's ultimately beyond the purely physical aspect of it. I mean, that's why we have the mental test, which is trying 5 new things, and that's why we have the emotional test, which is however many consecutive days of whatever your spiritual practice of choosing is, because it's meant to encompass all of these different realms of life, you know, like the 9 different life attributes. All right, there it is, my friends. Have fun.
Love you guys.
See you next time.